questions. Coach.
Okay. Well, quick turnaround for us. So today was like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all rolled in one. So, thankful that we put a couple days working on these guys during camp. But, again, just super proud of our guys and getting off to a great start last night. Just what we needed. Certainly not perfect, but, man, we scored 14 points on these guys last year at home. So, to go down there and win, 41-10 and really get better and better as the game went. Again, got a lot of guys, some meaningful experience. Just really proud of them. Again, we're just 1-0 and got that first goal done. So we certainly got to keep getting better and, bounced around out here tonight and got some good work in. Got to be smart with the guys this week. And tomorrow is Wednesday in the real world. So just a couple of days really to kind of prep and get them ready. But excited to see us play again this week at home and see if we can continue to build on some of the things and correct some of the things from last week. So proud of players of the game, offensively, J Mack and Davis Allen. Again, those two guys did a great job for us defensively. Barrett Carter, KJ Henry, and then special teams, Carson Donnelly and Wade Woodaz, and then Aiden Swanson. So, a lot of superlatives in the game. Again, a lot of good things, and just really proud of them. So, we'll keep building from there. And lastly, just want to just offer out my condolences, to Doc Hoover's family. And man, it's just crazy. I know he was 90-something years old, and but Doc Hoover's just one of those guys you just feel like was going to live forever. I mean, what a Clemson legend he is, and just a great human being. And I'm sitting here thinking about it. I mean, I'm on my 20th season here, so I've known him a long time, and just one of the most respected and loved people that I've encountered here at my time here at Clemson. So we're going to miss him. And, Doc, I hope you rest in peace. And, again, condolences and prayers with all his family. And then also, just excited about, playing at home this week and getting back in the Valley and opening it up for business once again. Got 7 home games this year, and every single one of them are special. We're going to honor Ella Brzee this week, something that I've really been looking forward to. Ella is Brian's little sister, 15 years old, and she is one of the most beautiful and strongest people you'll ever meet. And she is battling cancer, and we're just going to wrap our arms around her and Brian and their family this week, and really celebrate Ella and try to just have a great moment for her, and just hopefully encourage her. So it's going to be a fun week, a lot of work to be done here in a couple of days, in a short amount of time. But the good thing is we ain't got to wait long to get back to play. So look forward to seeing everyone in the Valley on Saturday. Man, let's have a great crowd, and let's get behind this team, and let's keep getting better.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor.
You've mentioned several times that Cade kind of reminds you of DW4. How fun was it for you that Orange Crush was Deshaun's last college touchdown pass, and Cade's first one was Orange Crush?
Well, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's good start right there for sure. Great to just see him go in there and the moment not be too big and really just execute. And not just him, all those guys, our backup line. I mean, they had just, those guys, we'd worn them down. I mean, our guys in there, they were excited to play. And it was good to see them execute at a high level with their opportunity.
Injury-wise, did y'all have any guys get banged up?
Just some typical game stuff. Right now, not anybody that I see being out. We'll see where a couple of these guys are. Like I said, today is like a Sunday in our normal world, and sometimes you got some guys on Sunday that, by Wednesday you're good and ready to go. But we don't really have that luxury. But got a couple guys kind of banged up, but nothing serious with anyone.
Hey, coaches, Trevor. I know Blake Miller allowed that one rusher to get to DJ for the grounding, but just curious after grading the film, how the freshman graded overall.
He did okay. I mean, he's got to be better, and he looked like a freshman at times. I was a little disappointed in some of the fundamental things that he did because he's not done that in practice, and I think that's just a sign of, like I said, first game, and next thing you know, you get outside of some of your technique and fundamental things, but he'll get better from it. There's no doubt about it. He did some good things, but definitely work to be done. True freshman out there. Excited about coaching him up off this tape, and very conscientious kid, and got everything we need him to be. We just got to clean up a few technical things and see if we can get that corrected this week.
Hey Dabo, this is Anna. Did Zaire Patterson travel?
What's that?
Did Zaire Patterson travel?
He did not.
Is he in good standing there?
Yeah.
And then Brian Brzee, I know you got to see him, practice all camp, but how good was it to just see him fly around in full speed in a game setting last night?
It's good. Obviously it's been a while since he's been able to play. He did a lot of great things. I mean, just disruptive. Missed a few tackles. That's probably the worst thing we did. We missed way too many tackles all across the board. So he left a little bit out there, but man, he was disruptive and again, just fun to watch. Along with all those other guys in there. I was excited to see Trey Williams, who missed a lot of practice time, and man, he went in there and was explosive and get off the ball. All those guys, man, I was just really pleased with what I saw. Again, plenty that we can correct, and had a few. Same thing, a couple communication issues on defense, just like we did on offense. But everything, correctable.
Dabo, it's Pete at AP. You talked about it being a short week. How do you get these guys kind of locked into Furman, which, is a program that knows what it's like to beat a Division I, a bowl subdivision team?
Well, we don't treat it any different than if we were playing, whoever. I mean, that's why we've been consistent. We talk about that all the time. We play Clemson every week, and that's just how I know. Some people say that's coach speak, but that's not coach speak. That's what it takes. That's the mindset that it takes. And if you prepare any different than you did last week against Georgia Tech or Furman this week, then you're never going to be a great player. You're never going to be consistent. You prepare to a standard, you play to a standard, not an opponent, not the weather, not a kickoff time, not the scoreboard. None of those things should impact your preparation, your effort, your will to win, your motivation, all of that stuff. Obviously, certain games from time to time, there's a little juice that can flavor the steak a little bit. The meat and potatoes has to be, just the opportunity to go and win again and compete. And you just got to fall in love with that week in and week out. Doesn't matter who you play. And that's what has driven this program for a long time and why we've been so consistent. So we don't do anything any different. I promise you. And it's my job to show up and be ready to play, whether you're playing Furman or Alabama. Doesn't matter.
Dabo, I'm sure you had a chance this weekend to watch a lot of college football while you were prepping these guys for Monday night. It was a pretty good week for the ACC overall. A couple big wins, Pitt, Florida State on Sunday night. That's got to be, you tell us all the time, and your players tell us how, terrific the ACC. It's nice for you guys, must be nice to see that shows up. Yeah,
absolutely. This is always been a good league. This league, I think, has been in the playoffs, as much as anybody or more. I think, us in the SEC, we've competed and won. Florida State's won it. We've won it. So it's good to see, guys have big wins like that in our league, but honestly, my focus is Clemson. We've got a tough task ahead and got a lot of respect for every opponent that we play. And so it's all about just trying to get to 2-0 this week for us.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah,
it's
but when you
Trevor.
go back and go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, okay, thanks, Matt. Coach, we saw Kevin Swint in there at end in the first half. Obviously, he's still learning the position, but what has he done in August to earn your trust?
It's not just August. I mean, it's really since he's been here. He's just a good football player. He's competitive. He's got great instincts. He's really transitioned well. We saw it last year with him. Last fall, we could see really him starting to really blossom, and he carried that into the spring and summer camp. I mean, he's just a guy we trust, and glad he got a chance to get in there and get a good bit of opportunity. And he's a guy that, we need him this year, but certainly, we got a lot of guys that won't be here next year. So this is a big year for him from just taking the next step in development. But he's just a very good football player. Knows what to do and how to do it.
Going back and watching the film with the cornerbacks, did anything stand out watching those guys? And are there about 3 kind of co-starters right now as far as corners? Are all those guys kind of about the same?
Yeah, we got 3 starters, Sherry and Nate and Fred, and they all did some good things, all did some bad things, too many missed tackles, and we dropped a pick 6, great break on the ball by Nate. That's a walk-in right there. And, so those are plays. That's a play we got to make if we're going to have the type of season. Our next goal is to win the division. If we're going to win the division, we got to make that play. And, we had a couple little, again, just technical things that we can clean up on a couple of the screens. But I thought they did a solid job, played the ball. They averaged 4.5 a catch. So that's really good. They were 2 of 16 on third down. That's really good. So I think they did a nice job. And those 3 guys are definitely kind of where it starts for us right now. And then we got some other guys in there, got a little bit of experience as well.
Coach, it's Trevor again. With Wade Woodaz already playing in the opener, obviously it paid off for you with the big pump block. But have you already decided that he will not redshirt this season, or is he still kind of on the fence there?
No, he's going to play. No, he'll play.
Yeah.
That's why we had him. That's why we started him. He's a guy that will definitely play, and unless something happens, he's definitely a guy that we need. We held a couple guys, played a lot of guys, but we held Dudley, we held Cole, we held Adams. Those are 3 guys off the top of my head that we could have got in, but we held them, and we're kind of hold out and save them here for as we move forward. But other than that, we were able to play a bunch of guys that traveled with us with 80.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Coach, I'll ask another one, I guess. I know you like to say nothing less important than the score at halftime, but you won your last 60 straight games when leading at halftime. I guess that speaks to how great your defense has been, and just your ability to put teams away, and how difficult it's been for opponents to mount to overcome a deficit.
I didn't know that stat, but that's a good one. I need to remember that one. So yeah, it's
thank Ross for that one.
yeah, that's a good one. But again, I think it's more not as much halftime as it is the fact that it's a 4-quarter game, and probably the stat that I'm probably most proud of since I've been the head coach here is I think we're 119-2 when we have a lead going into the 4th quarter. And so, to me, that's a reflection of everything that your program is about and being able to finish. And not only, 119-2, but we've had a lot of close games that we've had to win. And so that to me is a credit to our strength conditioning, our coaching staff, the mentality of our kids. So, yeah, I mean, that's that's an interesting stat for sure. But it's a 4-quarter game, man. You got to be ready. And that was the other thing I was proud of our guys last night. We got better as the game went. I thought we wore them down, and kind of feeling out process. Had a couple of lulls, settled in, got a little control in the second quarter, had a little tension in the third there, and then just, man, here we went. So it was a lot of fun to see us improve and get better and stronger as the game went. And hopefully that's a good sign of the makeup of this team.
Dabo, did Georgia Tech do anything in particular to try to take Ngata away and limit his opportunities?
No, they just, we had some opportunities for him, and he had one catch and had an opportunity for a touchdown, and he didn't have a very good release. But he'll have plenty of opportunity. Sometimes it just kind of all goes where the read takes it. But played hard and played tough. He did some good things blocking on the perimeter, but didn't have a lot of opportunities.
Now, what stood out about KJ Henry last night, in your opinion, after watching the film again?
Just his improvement as a player. I mean, he would have never had a stat line like that a couple of years ago. But just, it just is a reminder to everyone that this is a developmental game. And, if you put in the work and you're talented, and he's always been talented, but if you have self-awareness and then you put in the work and you really pay the price, talent plus great work ethic plus character and commitment, man, you're going to get the results you want. And he has just transformed his body. He has become very technically and fundamentally sound and savvy. His motor is a much higher level than it was a couple of years ago. And he's way more physical than he's ever been. And I mean, his stat line last night was really, really, outstanding. So it's just fun. He's a 5th-year senior. Like I said, that's been a good player, and he's trying to transition to become a great player. That's been his goal. That's why he came back here. And so it's fun to see him, get off to a good start last night.
Coach, Putnam had a couple bad snaps, but how did he grade overall his first game at center?
Good. Great to winner. Yeah, he had one snap on the ground, and then the other one, DJ needs to try to make it still. They both got a minus on that, but it was just a little amped up, little hot. And I think, again, that was just a reflection of just the intensity of the game. So those are things, there's a reason why people have preseason. This is the NFL, which is the highest level in the world. They got what, 4 preseason games? There's a reason why, they do that. We're the only level of football who, when we play, it's the real deal. So it's hard to simulate that level of intensity that you get on actual game day. So you do the best you can. We only get 2 scrimmages now. So, you're just going to have some things that you kind of have to play through a little bit. And we had a few of those things last night. But, man, Putnam, he's had a great camp. And again, outside of a couple plays, had a solid game for us. Good first start for sure.
That was some of the missed tackles you alluded to. Is part of that just only having 2 scrimmages and not tackling to the ground much and that kind of stuff?
No question. It's just that simple. That's why, again, that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, a lot of those things show up in all these preseason games that you see, but you got to play through that. And, you do the best you can, but when you're doing scrimmages, you're ripping 3 guys. You got, sometimes the play comes your way, sometimes it doesn't. So you don't only get so many opportunities. So sometimes, that stuff shows up when the speed of the game is real. And, next thing you know, your technique's not quite as good as it needs to be. But they're all football players. They played football forever, and they'll improve quickly. Thankfully we were, able to. We had a little room for error in that game last night with the way the game went. But as we continue to move forward, man, we're going to have several games that are going to be, 1, 2, 3 plays, and you never know what play is going to be the one. So we just got to build off of that, clean up things on both sides of the ball, and continue to to be special like we were last night in special teams.
Coach, Bo Collins coming off his route for that touchdown catch. And then he made another big catch. He found a soft spot in the zone there. Have you seen him make a pretty big leap cerebrally from freshman to sophomore?
Yeah, Bo just is, he's way wise beyond his years. He's such a mature kid. That's the first live football he's played. He didn't get any no scrimmages. First time he's been tackled was last night. So, because he got hurt in I don't know, 7-8 days in the camp, and so he missed both scrimmages, all the live competitive work. So the last week or so he's just been in green and just kind of on air, no contact, and so that was his first contact. And it was good to see him make some plays, but he's got to finish on the ball and a couple other plays that were really good throws. But he's one of the most relentless preparers we have. He's incredibly conscientious. I mean, he's the guy that wants to be a pro, and he acts like one every day. He trains like one. He thinks like one. He works like one. And if he'll continue to improve, eventually he'll have the opportunity to be one. Young player, but he's got a lot of experience for a young player, because of our situation last year.
We'll take just one or two more for Coach if anybody has any.
Yeah, Dabo, it's Pete again. I was just wondering about that fumble in the first half, because it sure looked like maybe somebody's knee was down on
Yeah,
Clemson.
it was close. Yeah, it was close. It was really, really close. And, it was unfortunate because that we had some confusion on the sideline because we thought we had the ball because I asked them how they called it, and they just had a miscommunication. The refs first game too. So they're human as well. And I was told that they called him down. And so when they said it stands, and that's why I knew when they called him down, there was no way they were going to overturn that. But unfortunately for us, they called it a fumble.
Yeah.
And it was too close, I think, for them to irrefutably overturn it. So that's why it was stood. So it was close, but hey, we got to hand the ball to the ref for sure. But, we overcame it, and, we were 7 of 7 in the red zone, and that would have given us another great opportunity there. But just, again, one of those things. But other than that, we did a good job of taking care of the ball, and hopefully that'll continue.
I know you talked about, I was going to say, I know you talked about Cade yesterday, but I mean, his drive, he was really enthusiastic about coming out there and playing like that.
It's just who he is. I mean, he's that way every day. He's a kid with a lot of energy and great enthusiasm. He loves to play, loves to compete, and super talented. And it's awesome to see him, get the opportunity and then go do what he did. And definitely we can build from there.